Hey WordNerds! So today I want to use our usual topic of YA books to talk about two of my other favorite things, YA movies and YA TV shows. So what do these four books have in common, besides being kind of awkward to hold all together? Well, all four of these are going to be made into some form of visual awesomeness in the first half of 2014. So that's what I want to talk about today. The first book on my list for today is one that I should be the most excited about, but am actually the most nervous about. That is Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. This is the first book in a 6-book series, and it is one of my absolute favorites. And that's coming from someone who is vocally pretty tired of vampires. I love these books so much, the characters are so killer, and the plotting is so much fun. But I'm pretty nervous about how the whole vampire craze, as well as some of what I've seen of the movie so far through the trailers, is going to mean for the general tone of one of my favorite series. In the world of Vampire Academy, there are two different types of vampires. There are the good, alive, magic-wielding vampires, and the undead, evil, kill-everybody vampires. There are also characters like the main character, Rose, who is essentially a half-good vampire, half-human type person. So that's only scratching the surface of some of the amazing world building that Richelle Mead did with this series. But I will admit I'm a little bit nervous just because of how the vampire craze is shaken out for the most part, as well as the trailer. The movie's directed by the same guy who did Mean Girls, which is great. I love Mean Girls, but it's not really the vibe I saw for this movie. But I'm still going to see it. I still have high hopes, and if you're a fan of these books, you should definitely check out the movies just to support them. And that comes out this Friday on February 7th. So, Vampire Academy. Next up, we have The 100 by Cass Morgan. I haven't actually read this book yet, but I still have a little bit of time because it is not being released as a TV show on the CW until March 19th. So there is still some time, and it's a pretty small book, the first in a series, I believe. So I will definitely be reading this one before the TV show starts just to kind of see what it's about. What I know so far is that it's set in the distant future when we've all been forced to leave Earth due to the environment and all types of mishaps. So then, in order to see if the planet is habitable again, they send 100 delinquent teenagers down to kind of test the waters. So it sounds kind of like a sci-fi version of Lost to me, just in the way things go for the characters and kind of the vibe of the planet. So I'm really, really excited about this one. It sounds like a lot of fun and exactly my type of story. Plus, I really, really love TV shows, even more than movies, because I get to obsess over my favorite characters every single week. So that is The 100 by Cass Morgan on March 19th on the CW. Shortly after that comes out is the movie release of one of the books that we talk about a lot around here, and that is, of course, Divergent by Veronica Roth. I won't tell you what it's about, as I'm sure you've heard it everywhere already or have probably read it yourself, but this is really, really highly anticipated for a lot of people, and I'm curious to see how it goes. I think the movie producer people are hoping it'll have the same effect on general audiences as The Hunger Games. I'm not so sure it'll go quite that far, but I'm really looking forward to it and seeing Veronica Roth's world come to life on the movie screen. I'm also really curious to see how much they're willing to change from the books to the movies. So we'll see how that goes on March 21st. And then there's the big one, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which is coming out on June 6th. I don't even know if I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, I am, but it's gonna break me. Even the trailer, ugh, I watched it 3 times. Yeah, it was messy. So this looks so good. It looks like such a great adaptation of the original work, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing and one of my new favorite movies, and it's going to break my heart. So if you don't know what this story is already, I'm not sure where the rock you've been living under is located, but you should probably check this one out. Even if you don't like sad stories, it's beautiful and it's wonderful. It's not for absolutely everybody, but it really is something, and I'm so looking forward to this movie. Alright, so I think that's it for the big stuff for adaptations in the first half of 2014. If there's anything big I've forgotten, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to check it out. We'll come back in either June or July with a list of the stuff from the second half of the year that you have to look forward to. But for now, be sure to tune in to our live WordNerds chat tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this channel, where we'll be talking about plotting and possibly giveaways.